Hello and welcome, guys. We are in our newest ship, the Defiant. Looks nothing like the USS Defiant, but I thought Defiant was a cool name. So here she is, if you haven't seen the past episodes. And today, since I was going to be adding some turrets to this thing at some point anyway, and we've pretty much got the antimatter cannons done, I figured that I would make a turret tutorial because I got asked to do this. So, here we go. I'm just going to take some of this off because this is placed wrong. And I'm going to talk about exactly what you're going to need to do this and how to do it. So, first of all, you're going to need a turret docking unit. This is not the same as a ship docking unit, and they're not interchangeable. It should be pretty easy to find. You can find it at any store. You can probably even craft it, although I don't know how to do that because I've heard that they are redoing crafting in this game, and I will be happy when they do because it's very confusing. So basically what you're going to want to do is just place that or remove the block directly under it. Don't do that. We're just going to place that, and it can't be like this because, see, it's red and it's getting blocked. And even if I were to reorient it, like so, with the red on top here, I guess the problem with that is I don't think it'll work because of a few things. I think the ship will actually hit it and it won't be able to turn, and there's collision boxes, so you're best going with this. And this is actually the way, it appears on pirate space stations. So for some reason the orientation isn't working, even though I know I've set it up right. There we go. So one block up, that's the way to go. And then these things, the next thing you're going to want to make a good turret is the turret docking enhancer unit. Find it at the same place, any shop. We'll just drag that down in place of these salvage computers. And we'll place a few of these. Nope, wrong one. Okay, so you're going to start to place the control block. So first of all, you're going to want to select this block with C. Okay, so now any block that this block can control will be automatically selected and controlled by this block. So you do that by pressing C, and you can even do it, you don't have to do it before placing the blocks, you can use V afterwards. And see how this is expanding the area where you can dock something. And that's very good, because if you have too small an area, then what will happen is your turret will just fall out, and then you'll lose a turret mid-battle, and that won't be fun. That's absolutely no fun. So we're just going to add a little bit of this. I'm thinking a long turret, because I kind of want it to be sort of cannon-ish. So we will go with something, I'll just maybe, and this is something to experiment with. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of like those mass power generators for cloaking devices with how it works. It doesn't always appear to be right. I'm going to try this, see if that helps. It doesn't appear to be affecting anything. So after you've got something like this placed, and this should be good enough, you're going to want to press R and leave your ship. And of course my ship is freaking huge, so I have to fly all the way over here again. And then now we're getting to the third part. You're going to need ship cores. I know they're kind of expensive if you're new, but they are absolutely necessary. You need ship cores, and then these things called Bobby AI modules. So I think a common misconception is thinking that you have to place another turret docking unit on the turret. That's not the case at all. A ship core and a turret docking unit can dock together, so you don't need two docking units. That also works with the ship docking as well. So we're going to press X, and we're going to name it Defiant Turret. Turret. Oh, I'm not sure that it can be two words. Probably, though. Defiant Turret 1. Okay. Whoa, not S. No. No spaces. turret 1. Probably can't have any numbers in here. That's fine. Defiant turret. Defiant turret. Okay, so now we're going to get in this. And we don't want any blocks below. We want all our blocks to the side and up. Any blocks below and it won't dock properly, and once again you'll get that thing that it connects for 5 seconds and then it just flies off whenever you don't want it to. So first we're going to place this Bobby AI module, and this is a really interesting block because what this does is it gives you this. So this is basically your AI block. This is what, unless it's a, I'm not sure that these are in Instance and stuff, but this is the block you need to make a wingman type ship or anything like that. You can activate it on and off there and aim at. Okay, so right here it's at any. I usually like it on any, but you can also select targets for it with F, and they'll just have a white box around them instead of the standard blue one or red one, and the turret will fire at that one. I like any because that way if something's behind you, you don't have to turn around or just shoot at it, hopefully. Type, we want to change that to turret. This is not the type it's aiming at, this is the type it is. And then we won't activate it for now. So now we're going to get back, or are we already in? Oh, we're getting back in, and we don't need any engines since we built it so close to the thing, but you know, one engine isn't always a bad thing to have in case it does get separated at first and you can just remove it later. On my turrets I always put a few shields, but first we're going to want to put some power on there because they do need power just like a ship. So basically think of this as building a small ship. Think of it like that, and it'll be a little bit easier, I hope. So we're just going to build something like that. Maybe one there. And we can always access these things by tilting our turret up and then flying under. That's what I typically do. So now we're going to put some cannons on. But first, we need a weapons computer. So I will probably recommend to you putting this on the underside, somewhere like that. That's the easiest place for it to be armored, but a place so that you can also get to it. So we'll do something like this, and once again we want to keep it, it's going to have to look kind of boxy to fit in the green area that you saw earlier. And see, this is not much damage, so want to give it plenty of damage. It doesn't really matter that you can see that well unless you're maybe playing on a server and you want your friend to man your gun. But since maybe some of you do want to do that, you can just use cockpits and put them in the front, maybe some plexiglass in front of that. But for now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and block it all up. So next thing, we'll just make a simple looking turret. Hopefully this will work right. Hopefully it'll dock right. If it doesn't, just got to tweak it a little bit. And we need to put some shields on now. So we'll have our shields at the back here. And you can, of course, armor them with black hulls or heavier hulls. I don't really always do that. I will do it for now, just because there aren't many shields, and this is kind of just a tutorial turret. I might make something better later, but I just want to demonstrate that you don't really need all these cannons and everything to have a decent turret. And you can also make missile turrets, which is useful, but it has a pretty high recharge time, honestly, because they have to be small to be turrets, and I feel more comfortable with something like this. So we'll just finish getting this armored, and of course this is going to need engines to move, but thankfully you can rotate without engines, and we'll see if flight mode. Alright, so I can see through all these blocks. I guess that's kind of a glitch, but cannot dock here. Target not compatible. Looks compatible to me. And so first thing you're going to want to do as soon as you get this docked up is move like this. You want to do lots of these kind of motions and just make sure that you didn't miss any warning symbols or anything like that, and your ship, and it's actually docked properly. We do look like, where are we? What the? Okay. See, this is what the kind of thing you want to check for. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but it appears to be fixed now. We probably want to make it a little less long in the back. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We need it at least this long, though. So we will just put some shields or something in the front, perhaps, later. And you can always upgrade these later. This is just a simple one. I'm just trying to show you kind of what's going on, what to expect. And see here it fires. It's not very powerful, very small, like I said. You can always add more power to it. See, I'm losing power. So we're going to add some more power generators. And you just keep tweaking it as you go. Stuff like this. And say that you're not firing from the proper cannon, like say it was firing through here, then you could always go like this. I'll just show you this really quick. You exit the cannon, or whatever it's called, turret, and you say turn. First of all, you say make output R on. Okay, and so now it's going to shoot. This whole system is going to shoot from this one, and that should be a little better. And to get in there, enter ship core. You should always be able to do that, but see what I was talking about earlier. You can always go like this, and see now the whole under part you can easily see. So the next thing we will do is that, but we will also, now we're going to make it active, and we're going to take a few shots at it. So you can see it doesn't really have the power that it needs. For some reason, it does seem to be recharging. Okay, so this is self-sustaining now. It's not going to like go out, and we'll just see how much damage it does. 147. That's enough for now. This is just a test turret type thing. So we'll go ahead and exit. Now that we've exited and we're pointing upwards, we have easy access to the Bobby AI module. We're going to press R, go into that, and make sure we're at aim at any, type turret, and now we're going to go active. Okay, so this should work. Everything should be working now. So now we're going to go to our other ship and test it out. At the same time, I'm also going to test out my stealth ship, which I did like a little spotlight on. You can check that out in another video. We're going to come over here and just take a few shots at the turret itself. Not the ship, but the turret. This thing will probably overload the shields very quickly, so I'll try to hit it with just one shot. So here we go. I'm just going to shoot at this turret. And that is a cloak. So we'll just hit it right there. Okay. It's 2, 3. Sometimes it takes more than one hit from you. It'll probably take a lot less from an enemy. So is it shooting at us? Sometimes it takes quite a few hits. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, see, now he's shooting at me. He's not really taking a crack too much at these shields, so it's going to look a little less powerful. But look at all the shields I have on this thing, so it's a pretty decent turret. Look at that. So pretend you're a pirate. Just come in and, test how fast it turns. And for little things, check for blind spots, like coming up here. See, he can't shoot me quite as easy coming up here, but he can still shoot me. So it's just right up here. Then he has some trouble, and now he's turned back. So we don't have many blind spots here. That's cool. That means it's working pretty well. So that's a turret tutorial for you, just a simple little turret. This is ChucksTopGaming. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope this helped.